Yeah, actually, Penang is a combination of Bangkok, Samui, of Phuket, because it is a combination because Penang is the business center and also the port city and also resort destination. So everything together. So there has a long potential and also long history. That like Bangkok, really long history. So this is a phenomenon of Penang. I think that Penang can make some comparison in different ways, like how people sell and buy real estate, and also the privilege that give to the investors. So, and also the use of real estate agent professional to help sell real estate. These are something that can be learned from other international cities.
Well, I guess practices in Penang and Singapore, there's quite a difference. I believe, first of all, your real estate agents are all regulated. They go through proper training. In Singapore, at this present point in time, our agents are not our industry is not regulated. So, but having said that, it's not that they are not good. I think it's a different culture, different way, different style of doing real estate. Here, back in where Singapore is, we are more systematic. If we will take the trouble to check whether the potential buyers or clients are eligible to buy or whether they can have the affordability before we embark into helping them to buy the properties. Well, I think the property market ever since there is an impact, in my opinion, there's an impact on the IR being in Singapore. With them opening and with another one opening in April, it will indirectly push the market further, and you have more investors coming in, partly because of our infrastructure, our stable government, and our opening to foreigners to buy properties in Singapore.
Australia still has a lot of opportunity with population growth and obviously the property market growth. And it's actually one of the only countries who has seen positive GDP recently, and thus with the migration figures growing immensely in the next few years, even more so than recently, then obviously it's going to have a marked improvement with the property markets and cause future potential gain in the pricing. I feel that Penang has something to offer to the international property market, and I feel that they, as a country as a whole, that they need to probably do more overseas marketing and involve international agents in helping them do this. Obviously the transparency of the marketplace has to improve somewhat, I feel, to be totally international. But I do feel that from the architecture, the buildings, I think they're very forward-thinking, and I've seen some good projects here, which in some cases do actually put other international cities to shame.
I think one of the most widely spoken tools that we have today would be social media. I think social media it's not a technology, but it's a trend. It's a trend that we have heard a lot, we have experienced a lot, but local guys here, we just haven't seen a lot of adoption, meaning people actually executing their business applications with social media features in there. So coming back to your question, I think what we can do is, the stakeholders are many, we have got the government, the state government, we have got developers who want to promote their products, and also we've got the front runners who are the real estate agents. So these guys, individuals like them, even institutions like government, they can use social media to communicate the packaging, If we're talking about how to market Penang as a brand, to the global media, I believe social media is a very good place to start with.
I think there's a need for us to look at having more mid-range houses for, say, around 200,000 to 300,000 ringgit, so that we can actually provide sufficient housing for young talents, young professionals, and not just for retirees to come home, to come back to Penang. For Penang's economy to grow for the next decade or so, we need young people, young professionals to work here, and it is a competition of cities. Whether this city can capture more more young talents, and this will be the city that is to grow. I think there are various ways that we can look into the matter. We can actually improve on improving on the regulatory framework. I think there is a need to look into rental market. The rental market needs to be better managed so that houses can be rented out and not just on ownership basis. And I think there is a need for the developers to also build mid-range houses.
For myself, Penang is really a nice town. Okay, nice town. It's geographically, Penang has a good location and very near to Medan. But compared to Medan, I think Penang is step ahead. But for next 5 years, I think we have to compete each other. We have to upgrade to compete each other, because soon, as you know, that Indonesia is going to international market soon. But we have to compete. I think this is the time to have, as we as the Asian, as neighbor, have to strengthen our network to ride over the crisis, and especially for the China Asian EFTA. Penang is more unique because Penang, as you know, Penang is one of the world heritage sites. I think Penang has its own strength point that it has to upgrade to positioning in between the competition. Jakarta is different. Jakarta is more like Kuala Lumpur. Penang is more like hometown for everyone. So we don't have to act like a metropolitan city like Jakarta. We just make our own brand as a hometown city, as a heritage city.